What's up, America? Artifacts of Jesus. So I want to talk about some of the artifacts or relics that people believe were associated with Jesus that actually still exist here on the planet now. Then I'll try to show you some of those pictures of them. So the first one here is the crown of thorns. This was held in Notre Dame Cathedral, and you can see on the bottom part the thorns that were woven into a crown. And now, of course, the rest has been replaced with gold and glass around it, but this was said to have gone into the head of Jesus when they were about to crucify him. So the next one, of course, is the Shroud of Turin, which is in Italy, and it goes on tour all the time. Scientists just figured out, of course, like we said earlier, that this was a real actual relic and more than likely held the body of Jesus. There's pretty much proof of that now. Of course, this right here is called the Holy Lance. This is supposed to be the spear that stabbed Jesus in the side, as it's mentioned in the Bible. There's supposed to be multiple of these, but only one is actually real. One of them is said to be in Spain, I think, and the other one in Armenia. Only one's real, of course. So inside these are said to be the holy nails. These are the nails that were driven into Jesus's wrists. There's apparently one in that gold thing there. This is actually in Vienna, Austria. So this is the tunic or the holy robe of Jesus. This is what he wore, apparently. It's either in Georgia or in Russia now, from what we understand. No one's actually for sure, but they know it's in one of those places, either beneath a church in Georgia or it's in the Winter Palace in Russia. That's what people are saying anyway. This is supposed to be a relic that's holding the blood of Jesus in it that was captured somehow, but there it is apparently. This is the Scala Sancta. These are the stairs that Jesus climbed when he was being judged, I believe. I think it's in Rome, and you have to climb them on your knees while praying. Now, in this is said to be a fragment of the true cross. This is held at the Vatican in Rome, and apparently it has several splinters you can see in here of the true cross. So there's reported hundreds of pieces of the true cross, but the Vatican's had this for a while. I'm assuming that's probably the real piece of it. Now, inside of this gold cup, inside of it is the cup that's thought to be the Holy Grail. It's said to be at a church in Lyon, France, and that's what Jesus drank out of at the Last Supper with the disciples. At least that's what they're saying. The jewels and the gold obviously aren't the original part of it. It's inside that, like most of these are. Now this right here is the Veil of Veronica. This was said to have wiped Jesus's face with sweat and blood as he was carrying his cross to his crucifixion. And so that's the Pope. I think that's Benedict XVI holding that. And this right here is the Vatican image of the remains of the Holy Sponge. This is what they dipped in vinegar to give to Jesus when he said he was thirsty and put it on a stick. This is what remains of that. And yeah, so these are the relics that remain of Jesus, basically. Now, of course, there would have been more, but as you know, when he was crucified, they cast lots for his clothing. So a lot of those relics kind of, went off into history because of that. And those are the relics that remain of Jesus.